Happy Saturday snack down, everyone. I am making one of my favorite Southern comfort foods today, a vegan cheesy Alfredo macaroni sauce with side of broccoli. And the main ingredients, we have cashews, which are one of the healthiest nuts, chock full of protein, so many nutrients, one of the best foods you can eat. Almonds 1, cashews number 2 in my book. The ingredients, this is such a quick and simple recipe, everyone, which is what Saturday Snack Down is all about. I'm going to get right into it. I soaked these, not overnight, but I soaked these in hot water for about 30 minutes. I'm going to put a 3/4 cup of raw cashews into my food processor. I am going to mix with a 1/2 cup of alkaline water. I always use alkaline. 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. I use sriracha. Gonna add that in there. Love quick and easy, especially when you're really hungry, like I am right now. A 1/2 tablespoon of white vinegar. This adds a nice little kick to our sauce. We're gonna do 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Different kinds of nutritional yeast. Just got Trader Joe's here. It's free information. I tend to carry Bragg's. This is almost gone. When I make pasta with marinara sauce, I put it over the top. It's a great vegan Parmesan cheese substitute. So I use Bragg's in this recipe. Gonna pour 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. We're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And this is at your own discretion, but I added fresh garlic too. Maybe a little too garlicky for some of you. I just did a teaspoon, basically like a 1/2 clove, and minced a garlic. So depending on how garlicky you like your macaroni and cheese or your Alfredo sauce, up to you. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I would just use these sea salt crystals. Here we go, 1/2 teaspoon. And also, up to your discretion, sometimes I make this depending, I'm gonna look at the consistency when I get this in the pan. Sometimes I add a little bit of almond milk to add some creaminess to the sauce. And sometimes, not always, I add my favorite, Miyoko's, just like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of Miyoko's. I'm gonna wait on these to see how creamy my sauce comes out. So all that went into our food processor. It looks like I threw the hot sauce on the side. I'm gonna put a little bit of a squirt right in the middle there. Boom. All right, so we're gonna mix this in our food processor. How long did that take? Couple minutes. Here we go. And again, I did not soak those cashews overnight. It's probably a good idea. I just did it for 30 minutes in boiling water that I heated up in my kettle. All right. It's gonna thicken up here. You turn this up a little as those cashews are getting nice and ground up. This is not white like Alfredo sauce. It's not as orange as true like cheddar cheese. We don't want dairy in this. This is a cruelty-free, delicious, creamy, cheesy Alfredo sauce. And we are done. When it starts making that noise, I know it's telling me we are done. Let's look at this. All right, so because I did not soak my cashews overnight, can you see how they're a little bit grainy? And I can keep doing this over and over in the big food processor, but it won't get rid of that graininess. So I'm gonna take this and zap it really quickly in my NutriBullet. If I had soaked overnight, like I probably should have, I wouldn't need to put in my NutriBullet. But my NutriBullet, oh my goodness, this is one of our favorite kitchen utensils. I don't know if it's really a utensil, but we make our protein shakes in here every morning. One of the most used products in our kitchen, I should say. Do I have any questions from anyone? As I'm getting my vegan sauce in here.
Is this a spicy sauce?
No, it is not a spicy sauce. It is actually mild. I think, again, like with my vegan tuna fish recipe I make with garbanzo beans, chickpeas, and you add maple syrup, people are like, maple syrup? It's going to have a sugary taste. No, it's all the flavors coming together. So it's definitely not a hot sauce. It's like a mild, creamy, delicious vegan substitute to dairy macaroni and cheese sauce. I like to say a little bit Alfredo because, again, at the end, I think I'm going to tweak it with a little bit of Miyoko's and almond milk. And my NutriBullet, this is going to get, at this point, I'm looking at this, I'm going to do a tiny bit of almond milk because I already know the consistency that I love. So I just guesstimate. I can always add more. And I can always add the Miyoko's at the end, which, again, you don't want the fat content, don't add the Miyoko's. I love this. All right, this is going to make it extra creamy. And I will show you. Boom. Easy, easy. Look at this consistency now. Look at this, everyone. Can you see that? Do you see how the cashews went from kind of a chunky to nice and smooth? All right, we're going to be moving over here, cameraman. I'm going to unplug my NutriBullet. I'm going to plug in my toaster because the kicker to this recipe that my family loves and I love is pouring this delicious pasta over sourdough bread. And my absolute favorite sourdough bread in the world is from Fraser Farms. Actually, my sister-in-law went yesterday. She's staying with us to get some more of it. They're all sold out. Why are they sold out? Because it's so good. I think I'm like slightly addicted. Sadie Rose Baking Company. Well, I'm a sourdough lover anyway, but this sourdough, friends, is, I like to say, to die for. It is so good, and it's the perfect crunch and consistency. You just put it in the toaster, a little bit of Miyoko's butter. You're going to pour this macaroni with the cheesy sauce over it, and it is so good. All right, so we just made our sauce. I'm going to come over to the skillet, and I'm going to heat up my sauce in the skillet here. This probably makes, in my family, 2 servings. Maybe you could extend it to 4. But maybe 3. It's probably more like 3 servings. So double it depending on the size of your family. We're going to heat this up. And again, look at how smooth this sauce is. I'm actually going to taste test. And it's delicious. It's not spicy at all. It's creamy. It is the perfect Southern comfort food dish when I'm craving. Well, we're in California. The sun's starting to come up, but this last couple days has been dreary. We had this 2 days ago. We're having it again for lunch, obviously. I recommend it to everyone. I made pasta before this. The pasta I used is this organic fusilli pasta that I got at Trader Joe's, I believe. You can use whatever kind of pasta you like. And I just heat it together in a pot. I'm gonna make 1 big serving here. And this is just to heat up the sauce. And do you see how it's kind of thick right now? I'm gonna add a little bit more of my almond milk, and it's important with this almond milk to get the non-sweetened almond milk. You could use rice milk, soy milk, but get unsweetened. You don't want like a vanilla flavor going in this sauce. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of this, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of my Miyoko's. Just add a little bit of creaminess. All right, plant-based goodness, yummy. Heat it all up in here. I wish you could smell what I'm smelling right now. Oh my goodness. I hope some of my relatives from Louisiana are watching, because this is Southern comfort food. Great for cold weather. If you don't want the added calories, don't put the Miyokos. The almond milk is fine. Let's put this down one more time. And because I always try to have a well-balanced meal, I'm going to pair this with fresh broccoli that I just steamed right here. And a little trick that I do with my broccoli, I always put on this Trader Joe's seasoning when I'm steaming it on the stove. It just adds a great little flavor. And then I usually drizzle lemon. I don't know how you like your broccoli, but that's how I love my broccoli. Let's come over here and put our yummy, delicious, creamy pasta, vegan Alfredo cheesy pasta, and I did that backwards. We're gonna put our Miyoko's butter on the toast. I know, this is a decadent meal, but Saturday snack down, quick and easy recipes. This sourdough bread. Are your taste buds going crazy just looking at it? I'm gonna fold this on top of it. And when you take a bite, this is actually a very, very large serving. Let's put some of this over to the side. When you take a bite into this, you're gonna be taking a bite of that sourdough bread too. And my side of broccoli with the Trader Joe's seasoning and a little bit of lemon. And I like to top off this dish with a pinch of smoked paprika just on top. Let's see if I can put the rest of this that I over generously poured onto the plate so it looks nicer. All right, there we go. I wish I had some family members around to taste test this, but I'm gonna cut into it so you can see just how delicious and the consistency of this cheesy sauce is. Look at that. Look at this sauce. Look at this bite. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to taste test this. Yum, yum, yum. Very easy, quick and easy recipe. I love it. I'd love to hear your feedback after you make it. Southern comfort food, cheesy Alfredo sauce over pasta with broccoli, cruelty-free meal, quick and easy. Enjoy. And we'll see you next week on Saturday Snack Down. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye. Yum.